Hello, my name is Natalie, and today I will be talking to you about how to write a good essay. There are short essays, and there are also longer ones, such as papers or dissertations. Now let's go ahead and look at how to write a good essay.
Writing an essay. In order for the reader to be convinced or adequately informed, the essay must include several important components to make it flow in a logical way. The main parts or sections to an essay are the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. In a standard short essay, 5 paragraphs can provide the reader with enough information in a short amount of space. For a research paper or dissertation, however, it is essential that more than 5 paragraphs are present in order not to overwhelm the reader with too much information in one paragraph. Ensure that transition sentences are present to create a good flow to the essay. For the introduction, start with a hook to engage readers. Add a little bit of background information about the topic. And the last sentence in the introduction is the thesis. This is the most important sentence. It's the main purpose of the essay, and it answers a question. For the body, write 2 to 3 paragraphs if it's a short essay, supporting the thesis with the first sentence of each paragraph being the topic sentence, the main sentence of the paragraph. Now, if it's a longer paper or dissertation, you will have important topic sentence on the first paragraph of maybe 3 or 4 paragraphs talking about that specific topic. And every so many paragraphs, you'll start the next point, the next main point, the next main topic. In the body paragraphs, provide evidence and examples. Remember to cite your evidence, even if it's quoted or paraphrased. Make sure you cite it. Now, after paraphrasing, you can do it at the end of the paragraph, of course, directly after quotation. In the conclusion, first sentence is a restatement of the thesis. And then you're going to write brief 1 or 2 sentences for a short essay, maybe longer for a longer paper or dissertation. These sentences will summarize the essay. Last sentence can be a question for the reader, such as a call to action, or it can be rhetorical, giving something for them to think about. You're trying to prove your point. You want to ensure that the reader's left with something to think about, particularly if it's an argumentative essay. Always remember to allow time to rewrite the first draft of your essay and to proofread it before turning it into the professor. Now, formal essay writing, do's and don'ts. Write incomplete sentences. This means it must have a subject and a verb. You do not need to write every sentence in the same structure. You can start with prepositions or clauses. Write in the third person, he, she, it, they, them, or one. Talk about the subject of the essay. Do not use first person pronouns such as I, me, my, mine, we, us, our, ours, or ourselves, and do not talk to the reader with second person pronouns such as you, your, yours, yourself, yourselves, unless it's a narrative essay where you are speaking about yourself directly, or if you are actually speaking to the reader directly. Of course, these you can use those pronouns. The essay is to be objective, fair, and balanced, not subjective, personalized. Do not use I think, I believe, and in my opinion, again, unless it's a narrative answer essay. Now, number 4, do not abbreviate. Abbreviations are informal and serve as shortcuts, so they do not belong in essays. And I just noticed that I actually had made contraction, which we do not make contractions. So here we go. Do not. Make sure that you do not have a contraction. Do not use slang such as kids. Use official or formal words such as children. Do not use contractions as I have just shown you. Again, essays are very formal, so write do not rather than don't. Number 7, be direct and precise in essay writing. Essays do not use poetic devices or idiomatic expressions. For example, do not write, "He let the cat out of the bag." Instead, say, "He shared a secret." Number 8, use smooth transitions to begin each paragraph, such as first, secondly, next, in addition, in conclusion. Conclusion paragraph, of course, for that one. And within the paragraph, such as therefore, furthermore, in addition, to vary the sentence structures in order so that the reader is not bored, and so that the sentence has nice flow. Okay, number 9 is just types of essays. Persuasive, argumentative, argue a position or a point of view. Can also be a debate. Number 2, comparative, contrast, telling the similar and opposite points of two topics. Let's say cats versus dogs. You talk about the similarities, you talk about the opposite points. Number 3, informational, explanatory. They explain a view or topic or answer a question. Number 4, narrative, tells from a first-person point of view. It's the only time that first person should be used. Number 5, process, procedural, tells the steps of a procedure in chronological order, often used in technical writing manuals and in science documents, etc. So now that we've discussed how to write an essay, what should be in an essay, we are going to go ahead and look at a very simple essay.
As you can tell by the title, it's about cats. And let's check the first line and see if this is a good hook. Man's best friend has historically been considered a dog. Yes, it is. Because it's an expression that many people know about, it will grab their attention, they feel familiar with it, and they may be curious to see what comes next. Then we get a little bit of background information about dogs and cats being friends. And then we have our thesis statement. Despite what dog lovers may believe, cats make excellent house pets because they're good companions, they're civilized members of the household, and they're easy to care for. Okay. I really like it when the thesis statement has the main points that we're going to use to support our thesis. Our thesis really is cats make excellent house pets. But then we went on to say why. And those are 3 main points. It's nice when the reader can kind of have the chronological order of what the next supporting paragraphs will be like afterwards. It gives them something to anticipate and also to pay attention to. So let's check. First, great transition. Cats are good companions. There are the supporting sentences backing it up. And it's nice to see that there are different kinds of transitions, clauses, and prepositional phrases. So, for instance, when they're tired from chasing laser pointers, this is a nice adverbial clause. Cats will curl up in your lap to nap. Kind of helps the whole paper flow smoothly. Secondly, second transition, second point. Excellent. Cats are also civilized housemates. Now we have a little bit of comparison here, contrast. Unlike dogs, cats do not bark or make other loud noises. And of course, cats do not usually have accidents, and so on. And then we have 2 different types of sentences. Cats do have claws, subject, verb. And then we have starting with another clause, compared with other pets. Cats are quite polite. It really helps the paper to flow smoothly when you have different types of sentences. And then we have our third point, finally. Cats are easy to care for. I like using finally because the reader gets excited. This is the end of the essay. This is the last point, and usually you want your last point to be the strongest point so they remember it because they're going to remember the end more than the beginning. Okay, and here we go. So then we have the final paragraph, which is in conclusion. It's wonderful to start with in conclusion. The reader knows exactly where he or she is. In conclusion, cats are low maintenance, civilized companions. Did we restate the thesis? Yes, we did. We used different words, low maintenance instead of easy to care for. Civilized, we kept the same. It's sometimes hard to get a different word for it. You can use a thesaurus, but sometimes it's okay to just leave some of the words the same. Civilized companions. Excellent. And we end the conclusion with a little bit of a summary about our points, just a few of them, and also a nice, in this one, it doesn't have a question ending it. It has kind of a nice restatement of an idea. It's not really the restatement of the thesis, the whole thesis. It's just a nice way to end this particular essay. You could have also asked, now, what about getting a cat instead of a dog? Or something like this, like a question to think of. A call to action might be, go out to the local shelters and look for the best cat. Or I don't know, that was kind of silly, but I'm sure you can come up with many better sentences than that one. So as you can see also on this essay, there were no citations from resources. I found this essay online. It was an open, non-copyrighted form discussing about different types of essays. And I chose to use this one because of its structure. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any works cited, so I can't show you about that. However, it's best to ask your professor what kind of works cited they want, if it's MLA, if it's APA, if it's Chicago style. There are numerous types of ways to cite your sources in your documents. So please check with your professor about this. Well, that's about it. So if you have any questions, feel free to contact KW, and have a great day. Thank you.